Good morning, everyone. Actually, it's afternoon. It's like right at good afternoon. So, good day. How's that? We'll do that today. Today's writing is brought to you by the mug that actually says, oh gosh, I got to turn it around. I'm not left-handed. It says, some days I am a princess, some days I'm a warrior. Choose wisely. This is a mug my sister actually got me a few years. No, actually, I think I got it for her a few Christmases ago. One of us got it for each other a few Christmases ago. So definitely a few years, because there was a time where like all those feathers things were really popular on stickers and things for planners. So, okay. So it's Friday. Today's my last day of work. I'm excited. Tomorrow I'll be busy packing for Novelists Incorporated. So I'll be gone all next week in St. Pete Beach, Florida. I'm going to try to go live when I can, probably about 30-minute sessions. And I don't have a schedule yet. I'll let you know once I get down there. It may be just like, hey, I went live. I'm going live. It may be catch as catch can. I don't know. I'm trying to think about like my schedule. And I think like Monday and Tuesday, I won't have a problem going live because the conference doesn't actually start till Wednesday. And then I'm just going to have to look at the schedule and see like when I can pop in. Okay. But anyway, how has everybody else's week gone? I was just looking at the stats. And I am at 24,000 words for the week, which isn't shabby. And I will share, I'm still going to stick with strawberry sucks, okay? It sucks for writing. But we did find out last night in Club Strat, it is pretty decent at math. I'll give it that. We prompted it to ask it like to make some business projections. And I'm going to go ahead and do a quick one real fast just with like the word count so you guys can see that it can do math. So, I mean, that'll make authors happy, right? Because most authors don't like math. This author does. I like math and I like English. So I like both the humanities and the sciences, but not everybody does. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Share screen. And we're over on, Open Router. I do want to talk a little bit about strawberry in the sense that the cost of strawberry is really pretty substantial. And I think that's where like some of my concerns about that, where, you know, what it's talking about doing here is strawberry 01. I don't know why they went with 01. Like, I really am mad at them. I just wish I could have been in the room when they were making that decision. But it's $15 per million input tokens and $60 per million output tokens. Now, here's the rub. Those reasoning tokens are going to be calculated as output tokens. So you're not going to have control, and you're only going to get probably about 12 to 15 clicks if you're prompting really long and everything like that, like you're not going to get very many clicks before you're going to have spent $60 per million tokens. So there's just something to keep in mind. I'm going to hop over to ChatGPT really fast, though. And let's give the math problem to 4.0 and see if 4.0 can do it. So I'm going to say, I can write 25,000 words per week. A novel is 50,000 words. And it takes me 1 week to edit a novel, but editing does not take away my writing time. How many novels can I finish in 1 quarter? Let's see what 4.0 can do. Since editing a novel doesn't take away from your writing time, you can continue writing while editing. Typical quarter has 13 weeks, so here's the breakdown. It takes 2 and 1 week to edit, meaning each novel cycle, writing plus editing, takes 3 weeks. In 13 weeks, you can complete approximately 4 novel cycles. 13 divided by 3, which is 4 with the remainder. So in 1 quarter, you can finish 4 novels. That's correct. If I was to look at the calendar, it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If it was going to do that. Now, I will say, how many novels will I have left over that just need editing? Let's see if we can figure that out. Since you complete 4 in 12 weeks, you'll have 1 week left in the quarter. I don't think that that's right. Let's see. I've got to do the math myself. I'm asking it questions I don't know the answer to. And I'm doing 4.0 right now. We'll go over to Strawberry in just a second. So I'm going to take a look at a calendar real fast. Or maybe we should take a look at a calendar really fast. Calendar 2023. Or no, gosh, I went back in time. Image. All right, so let's look at a big calendar, shall we? Oh, this looks terrible. Oh, I know. Time and Date. Time and Date is my favorite, one of my favorite websites. I love this place because it's a good place for you to do, like you can do a calendar from any time. So like if you want a full year of say 1812, because you write that, you can get calendars from previous years, which you write historical. I love timeanddate.com. It's one of my favorites. So we're going to go ahead and go 2024 and we'll view the calendar. I'm not using my Google Calendar because, well, then you guys will see my personal stuff. All right, so let's take a look here. We're in September 13th, and I'm going to do it manually. I'm going to do the quarter for October. So this 1 week here will count. So it's like I wrote a book. I'm editing 1. So really and truly, writing wise, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, wait, hold on. 1. So that's 1 book finished. That's 2 books finished. That's 3 books finished. That's 4 books finished. That's 5 books finished. That's 6 books finished. I would have 6 books completely written by the 21st of December if it only takes 2 weeks to write each book. Now, since there's editing involved, then I just have to mark that. So basically this book here, book 1 is done on the 19th, but book 2 would be done on the 26th because, no, it wouldn't. Writing 1. Okay, book 2 would be done on November 2nd. So that's book 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then book 3 would be done on the 16th. Book 4 would be done on the 30th. Book 5 would be done on the 14th. I don't think it had the right math. I keep counting very differently. Let me check the chat. So yeah. Okay. So hello, Cypher. What are you asking for about Mr. Large 2? Like, can it do math? How to train our own writing style? I'm finding it hard. Yeah. So that's going to be part of class tonight at 5 o'clock. Tonight for the fine tune class. That'll be tonight at 7. Have you given it a sample? Okay. So Christina's talking to you. Good. All right. So I'm going to say it's wrong. My count is, if I was to do this, saying the first week, then last week of September here, I would be writing book 1. I would be finished with book 1 on the 12th. Then I write book 2. I would be finished with book 2 on the 26th. Then I would be writing book 3. And that would be done November 2nd. And then I would be writing book 4, 1, 2, which would be done on the 16th. Book 5 would be 1, 2, and then the editing done on the 23rd. So yeah, I think it's wrong. So let's see what let's see if what's its face, Strawberry, can do even better. So I'm going to grab that same prompt here, and we'll hop over to Strawberry. We'll do the mini first. So there's the mini. Let's see what it can do. I love that it assessed my probability, my probability. Okay, so 25,000 per week. Novel length is 50,000. Editing is 1 week. Does not interfere with writing. Typically 13 weeks. 1 week. So now it's starting to figure it out the way I'm doing it. Week 1, write novel 1. Edit novel 1 while starting novel 2. weeks 3 and 4, write novel 2, and so on. So every 2 weeks of writing allows for one novel to be completed since editing overlaps with writing. So first total novels in 13 weeks, week 3, week 5, week 7, week 9, week 11, week 13. It got it right. So would I have any novels half done or ready for editing at the end? I misspelled Ned, end. We'll see if it figures what I was trying to say. Yes, you would have a partially completed novel by the end of the quarter, in addition to fully finished ones. So let's break that down for just a second here, because this is kind of cool. Look, and it can just do this for you. So I'm going to say Strawberry sucks at writing, but Strawberry is a great little tool to be your business assistant. So I think we're going to use the snot out of this at the end of this month when we're doing our challenge in the FFA on axolotl accounting. And I plan to use this a lot for like different things that I want to calculate. I really like this. This is like really, really cool. And it's cool that I can just like copy this, bring it right over into my tracking. So maybe I'll make a new one here and we'll rename this Q4 plans, put it there and pop it there. And so it can just like make you spreadsheets like this and just gave me my whole schedule. And because this is a spreadsheet, you can easily open up this thing and I can be like, if I want to look at my dates, if I look at my dates here of September 29th is when I'm starting. Well, we'll go with September 30th because that's the Monday. So 30th and then the 7th. So I would go 9/30/2024, and then this is 10/7/2024. All I have to do is grab these and drag them down. And look, voila, I have my schedule. So now obviously I'd want to tweak this because I have Thanksgiving and Christmas. Let's see if it can handle that. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say, oh man, I forgot. I'm taking the week of Thanksgiving, US, and Christmas off. Can you? Oh, and I'm in Vegas for a conference November, because I'm going to Author Nation. November, what is the day? 4th? No. 11th through the 16th. I can't write during those times, but I can probably edit. Can you adjust the schedule? Now, if it can do this, I'm going to be really, really impressed. So it's figuring this all out. It's going to have to know when Thanksgiving and Christmas are. It should know those things. Those are pretty well-known things. Certainly. Let's adjust your writing schedule to account for your time off and conference. Here's a comprehensive breakdown to help you understand. So Thanksgiving 1 week and conference. So total non-writing weeks is 3 weeks. So it's adjusting it. Effectively 10 weeks. So 250,000, you can do 5 novels. Additionally, you'll have the capacity to start a 6th novel with the remaining time, allowing you to work. So here's the detailed work schedule. And look, it actually put the dates. It decided September, it went this month. That's fine. So it's going September 13th, 25K written. That one, 25K. Now edit novel 1. What? It thinks that it takes 2 weeks to edit novels. Editing only takes 1 week. It only takes 1 week. Let's see. All right, this is the last prompt I'm going to give it. Let me go check the chat. Okay, so there's a question. Do you do any of that kind of project planning deadlines in Notion? I've been trying to learn that as well right now. Yes. I I don't often, but you can send notes to yourself and stuff like that. But Stacy is the one who is our Notion Ninja master. And then there's also there's a couple of classes in the FFA, Susan, that go about Notion. So check those out. And there's a bunch of them about planning your author dashboard and things. And Notion actually has the ability for me to set up where one task is dependent upon a previous task getting finished. So if I'm late on one task, it'll move the timeline out, kind of like a Gantt chart. Good morning, Pamela. Good morning. Okay. All right. So let's go see what it said. Thought for 7 seconds. And it didn't do it, apparently. Tweaking schedule nuances. Adjusting the schedule. Apologies. Okay. It still has edit novel 1. Edit novel 1. I think it's still having issues, but that's okay. I mean, I would just fix this and I would erase it in if I'm taking this. It's still decent in terms of I can just make quick changes to it. So I'm going to delete that out. I'm going to put this in. And I can just change this because if this is edit novel 1, I'm not editing that week. Not editing that week. Not editing that week. No writing conference. No writing partial. I don't know why it's not thinking of that. So edit novel 4, novel 4. Oh, it's because I told it. No, I told it November 11th through the 16th. I don't know why it's calculating Friday to Thursday. Oh, because it went from today. That's why. Okay. So it's just having a hard day. We're going to let it go for right now because we need to get to writing. But it can do some math. I think there's progress there. I also did not ask the smart one. I only asked the dumb one. So the smart one can probably figure it out. I think it's going to be a good business assistant. I don't know that I would use it for writing. Outlining maybe, but I wouldn't use Strawberry for writing right now. Okay. Not for the cost. Let's go ahead and go play. So okay. I know we are a little ways on this story, the premise of the story here, and we were using Mistral. So we have chapter 1. I really want a story so far, I think. So this is chapter 1. I have to be at a hearing this morning. The hearing. You have to grill some sleazy crypto CEO. So I'm just fixing up the. I'm late. I think this is an exclamation point. I don't think she would repeat this. She's freaked. Okay. All right. So they had the one night stand. Now, chapter 2. She's hurrying into the what happened to you. Give me 5 minutes, Mel. Fine, but hurry up. Here, you need to review these. It's the latest. He didn't show. He sent a CTO. I thought we were grilling the CEO. Apparently, Harrington is indisposed. The CTO is Ethan Walker. He's young, but he's supposed to be some tech prodigy. Never shown his face in public before, so this should be interesting. Oh, boy. You have the floor. Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Walker, is it correct that you are the CTO of Crypto Shield? Yes, that's correct, Representative Thompson. Mr. Walker, are you aware of the allegations against Crypto Shield regarding your insider trader and the misuse of investors' funds? Yes, I'm aware of the allegations. However, I must state that I have only recently taken on a more active role in the company. My primary responsibilities have been focused on the technical aspects of our operations. Okay. She couldn't continue. Chairman Davis, I apologize, but I must recuse myself from this meeting. Okay, so it did this, so we got to take that out. Recuse yourselves. And then we have Brian, who's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. It's like, shut up, Brian. Nobody asked you. What the hell's going on? I slept with him. You what? I don't know. So the press is going to have a field day with this. Oh, I see. Ethan, save it, Vic. Mr. Walker, you understand that this is a serious matter, correct? All right, here's what we're going to do. Vic, you're going to sit out the rest of this hearing. I'll handle the questioning. Mr. Walker, you're going to cooperate fully, and I mean fully. If there's any hint of scandal, any whiff of impropriety, I will not hesitate to throw you to the wolves. Let the dust settle. I'll handle the press, but you need to stay out of the spotlight. Got it, Hank. And I'm sorry I really screwed up this time. You did, but we'll figure this out. We always do. Hope you're ready for this. I love that line. I had no idea who you were last night. If I had known, it's not your fault. I should have been more careful. I should have known better. I don't know. This isn't the right time to say this. But I don't want last night to be our only night. I don't know, Ethan. That's not going to work. Isn't it? It'd make for a great improv. And they both chuckled. An aide popped their head into the secret chamber. Vic dropped his hand. But for now. Hank is good people. And you need to be completely transparent. I had no part. I don't think she goes. I believe you. You're going to have evidence. Do you have a lawyer? No. All right. Sorta. I can have a lawyer. No. They began walking back to the hearing room. She stopped him at the door. Here's what you do. Cooperate and then ask for a recess of 3 days because you'd like to secure counsel. Hank will go ballistic. But hold your tongue. That will buy everyone some time. Okay, apparently I can't spell ballistic. Okay, there's 2 L's. The back of the room. She avoided. You have evidence? Yes, sir. No, we're not going to do this because we're going to do a fake hearing so that he can go and become. I think we're going to change that because I think it's a better story if it's like, yeah, it'll just make more sense. So, you what? Okay. I need to fix his testimony up at the top here. I am aware of certain irregularities that prompted this hearing. Inquiry. However, I am not at liberty to discuss them. The technological side of our operations. Yes. That's perfect. So he's holding the ground that he doesn't have the information, which if Shard is sitting in the Cayman Islands watching this, he's going to be like, good boy, Ethan. Don't tell him. More than happy to take her place. I slept with him. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see. Yes, sir, I do. I really screwed up this time. Yeah, I have no idea. This is a disaster, isn't it? It'd make for a great improv. That's a new paragraph right there. I had no part. You're gonna have. Do you have a lawyer? Sorta. I can have a lawyer. Okay, here's what you do: cooperate and then ask for a recess of 3 days because you'd like to secure counsel. Hank will go ballistic, but hold your tongue. That will buy everyone some time. Okay. Nope. Of the company. Are you saying however, I came as, let's see here. Because I believed I was going to speak about the technological aspects. Given the line of questioning, I would like to secure counsel. Yeah. Are you saying no, sir? Are you saying that you participated? And now you need a lawyer? No, sir. He's going to have all of that. Mr. Harrington is currently out of the country. And if I am to face them, before we move further. Okay. Order. Mr. Walker, are you willing to testify under oath against? No. We will reconvene on Monday, Mr. Walker. Will that be sufficient time? Yes, sir. Very well. Until next week. Mr. Walker, you are dismissed, but please do not leave DC. We will need to speak to you further. I think reporters would go after her. Two stragglers began a beeline for her. But as a seasoned member of Congress, Vic slipped out to the secure hallway. All right. She doesn't want Ethan by her side necessarily. I mean, yeah, sure, great, 100%. Order in the court. Okay. Let's see here. Reaching the far side. Just 100 meters from our office. Vic paused and leaned against the wall. Yeah. What the hell? I think that's the same thing she said before. Recused. Therefore, this is what you're campaigning on. It's a long story. Just, I promise, no. The watch on her wrist, just not here. Okay, so then they're going in, that's chapter 2, and then chapter 3, they're right in the office. No, we don't need this. All right, spill it. You slept with a witness, the CTO of the company. What is the name of the company again? Crypto Shield, I think. Crypto Shield. I'll have to check to make sure that there isn't one called that. Let me check the chat, make sure we're all okay. All right. There we go. Nick says, "Bah, I'm late watching." It's going well. We're just editing. Cypher, all of this writing right here that I'm cleaning up is Mistral 2. So if you watch the previous, like not yesterday, but the day before that, I was working with Mistral. So you can see that writing. We're going to write with Mistral again in just a few minutes here. I'm just cleaning up these chapters to get it all cohesive. Chapter 3. The CTO. I didn't know who he was, Mel. Only you could turn a night off into a political scandal. Hank is pissed. The press is going to have a field day with this, and Ethan's in the middle of it all. First things first. I think we're going to shorten this to first. We need to control the narrative. You have to come clean, but we need to spin it in a way that doesn't make you look like a complete idiot or a slut. Because, I mean, that's a real thing. But we tell it our way. The human side. I'm missing writing. Where did it go? Okay, well, fiddlesticks. There was more stuff here. Because I had the thing about getting the congressman a coffee and all of that. What the heck? Okay. Well, I don't really have time to deal with that, so I'm just going to push this down. So we're going to highlight this. It's 397 tokens. I'm going to choose an AI. We'll go ahead and use Mistral Large. And my project, I don't know how I lost so many words. I don't know what happened. I must have deleted them. I'm going to right click and click revise. And I'm going to say more staffers, someone monitoring the news stations, the interview with Ethan, Ethan holding to no contact. No comment when asked about if he knows anything about why Representative Thompson recused herself. Make this feel more like it's a congressional office in crisis mode. Submit. And now it's writing. Okay, Vic, spill it. What happened? Press is already starting to pick up the story. We need to get ahead of this. Hank is pissed. I'll start drafting a segment. We should do the prep. Ethan is here. He's insisting I talk to Vic. I'm not here to discuss what happened. No. Nope. Thumbs it down. Project. I'm going to turn on stuff so it has context. And then I'm just revising this part of chapter 3. Yeah, that stuff is still there. Okay, good. Revise. And turns on. On the steps of the Capitol. Submit. So now it should have a little bit more meat to understand what we're trying to do here. Staffers were huddled in corners. Okay, spill it. Vic, you need to see this. He turns it on. Mr. Walker, can you comment on why? No comment. Do you have, as I stated in the hearing, I'll cooperate fully. However, I need to secure counsel before making any further statements. Vic, the press is going crazy. Heartfelt and genuine. Okay. My miss. Ugh. No. Did you tell him to pull that stunt? Hank? We need to move Ethan's hotel. Move Ethan from that hotel. Can your people handle that? I'm about to make a statement. Statement? No. Keep your mouth shut. It will be worse. The Improv was at his current hotel. People saw us. I'm sure there's probably video. All right. I'll get him moved. Make sure my office has your statement before you say it. Of course, Mel is on it. Piece of advice. Hank said. When Vic didn't respond, he offered it. Keep it short. Okay, so there we go. But here's a first draft. Okay. I'm going to take that out, and I'm just going to let it continue from there because it knows the story. No, why are you doing a chapter 1 plan? No. Stop. Oh. Why is this not working? Okay, now it worked. Interesting. Oh, I know why. Reset. There we go. I had a different prompt in there. Okay, let's check the chat. Hello. Cypher is asking if anyone's tried Grok 2. I pretty much stay away from Elon Musk's stuff. I don't really have any desire to use Grok. But, I mean, other people are more than welcome to, for sure. I'm really liking Mistral, and that's what we're using right now. So, I mean, this is Mistral Large, and I'm using it because I want to fine-tune Mistral, and I need to do more practicing, like understanding where it is with writing. Lily handed her a printed sheet. Today, I made the decision to recuse myself from the hearing regarding CryptoShield due to a personal conflict of interest. Last night, I attended a comedy improv at a local hotel where I met and engaged in a personal relationship with a man who I later discovered to be Ethan Walker. This was an error in judgment on my part, and I apologize for any confusion or concern these may have caused. I assure you that this relationship was unexpected and unplanned and in no way influences my commitment to uncovering the truth in this investigation. All right, what's next? You need to reach out to Ethan. Make sure he's on board with the statement and prepared for the fallout. Vic? Ethan, we need to talk. There's a small park a few blocks from the hotel. I can meet you there. A park? Press is everywhere. Okay, I like this. No. Well, it's just going. Gee, Rusafit. Okay, it just continued. And that was... So from there to there, I'm just going to thumbs this up because I want to see how many tokens that is. Like, how much did it write? I don't really like the park thing. Vic. Oh, it's the whole statement too. Here's a first draft. So from here is where it wrote. Okay, not that part, because that's the second space. That's the extra part. It wrote 288 words. For a model that's going to be able to handle all the sexy times and everything like that, and I can fine tune it, I'm pretty happy with that output. That's a good amount of words at one time as a max. Which the max I think is the 4096. I wonder what happens if I go 8192. We'll test that in a little bit. Okay, we got like 10 more minutes left. Okay. I don't really like the park thing. And I think we're done with chapter 3 at this point. Here's a first draft. Let's make a few changes. Tell me where. Okay. Her mind racing. I don't know where they would meet. I'm kind of at a loss there. Where would they go? DC. What? Where would nobody be, really? I don't know. We'll see what the AI comes up with in a minute. So I'm gonna grab all of this because I don't want to lose it. Because I like the conversation he had with her. So I'm going to add this a new thing and just say, put that there. And just say this is extra. I liked. I'm going to delete the blank title. Delete. Oh. Well, now you can delete. Okay. So chapter 3 is here. And I'm not going to give it 8192. I'm going to just let it like finish up. So I'm going to just give it a little bit of information. A little bit of a leash and let it go. 512 tokens is all it's got. Or they could talk. Yeah, I can't scroll. I don't know why I can't scroll sometimes. Small cafe. All right. Oh, thumbs it up. And we got it here. Waving her hand. Okay, so that's chapter 3, and then we'll immediately go into chapter 4. So turn that on, do a new document. And I'm just going to let it decide what to do for chapter 4 because I'm going to see what it comes up with. And let's go ahead and give it 8192. I want to see how much the Mistral Large can actually write in one time. So I've given it, it's got the whole chapter thing. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 with the cafe, the thing. So it's picking up from the cafe, which is good. You need to make sure you're okay with it. Hank's arranging that as we speak. You don't want to thank me. And he's sending a car to pick me up. Good. I need to get back to the office. How can you assure us that you'll remain impartial? All right. Not terrible. I'll make some edits there because I want it to be more romantic. We need to make sure everything's protected. Not protective custody. It's not terrible, but some of the stuff it's coming up with, I don't like. We need your testimony because I need him to talk to his brother. And then that part with the brother, I'll add that he's got copies of the servers. Oh my gosh. Yes, that's perfect. I do like that idea. Brian Lee's making a move. He's calling for a special investigation into your conduct. That's perfect. Gotta love the drama. Spinning this as a scandal, as a breach of ethics. That's not happening. I'm on it, Vic. Dig up some dirt on Brian. If he's going to play dirty, then we need to fight fire with fire. I'll get Alex on it. I'm going to make Brian an investor into Crypto Shield. Brian's got he's got his strings being pulled by Shard. I know this is supposed to be an Insta love romance. It's like a political scandal. I need to add more romance in because it's hot and all of that. But yeah, this isn't going to be a novella. This is going to be a novel. We're going to be working on this into next week too. But I'm here for this story. Let's see here. So Alex asks, is it an AIism that the models lean towards short paragraphs rather than long? No, I edited the first chapter and I like short paragraphs because I'm writing contemporary fiction. Contemporary romance is very short for the most part. Like it's got to be easy to read. If I was to give it a bunch of long paragraphs in my original thing, then it would match that. That's a good question, Alex. I'm using Mistral Large 2. I believe Mistral Large has been deprecated or it's not really readily available anymore. And the models that you can, Mistral.ai is now offering free trials if you want to use API access or their Le Chat and their Le platform. You do get a free trial of 2 weeks and it lets you have like 22 billion tokens. And then you can have 3 fine tunes and you can make agents over there. And it is also pay as you go once you are no longer in your free trial. Is this thing still going? I did not know this thing could write this much. You guys, this thing is at 5,000 words and at 6,000 tokens. Wow. So that was one click and it just wrote five grand for me to like edit. There was good parts of it. So I'm going to thumbs it up. Thumb it up, maybe. Thumbs it up. Thumbs it up. Okay, there we go. Okay, so 5,000. Well, I mean, the title of the video is how to write 5,000 words in an hour. And there you go. You just give it some chapters and with Mistral Large, you can say go. And then you have all this to like change. And you heard me say like, I'm going to change this. I'm going to change that. So we're going to pause here because this is now going to need like deeper edits and things like that, which I probably may not be able to do on camera. We'll see what we do next week, but I'm going to call it here. And just so that we have the words of what we're getting, Let's go to the Open Router activity. And today is the 13th. So all I have to do is highlight the stuff on the 13th. We really only worked for about 45 minutes. So that's what I'm going to put on the chart there, because we were playing around with strawberry before that. So I'm going to come over to week 3. Boop. Put it there. Highlight this right here. More zeros, please. Equals sum. And I mean, this is why I'm using this over Claude. 29 cents. Well, I'll round it up to 30 cents for today. We'll put 0.75 for the hours. And as far as how much we actually generated today, let's see where we're at. Raptor Write, we did, so definitely 54.22 was generated. And then also in the project, I also generated this stuff too. Dang it. Okay. So we're going to highlight what this is. So I was always going to do that. That was already written the day before. So this generated 2,300 words. So as far as the tracking goes for what it made, it was 2384 plus. Then over here, we were finishing up chapter 3. All of this was generated up through the statement. Got it, Mel? I mean, we really only had to up to about here, because the rest of this, there was like versions of it a little bit. And that's 1289. And then the final one that we generated is chapter 4, which is 5422. That was 9,000 words today, everyone, for 30 freaking cents. Yeah, 30 cents. I'm stunned. So, looking at the various weeks here, yes, last week we did 8 hours. We did 47,000 words. We were mostly using Claude 2, Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and that was $12. This one, we're only at $6, although this one we were running Claude Sonnet 3.5. As soon as we switched over to Mistral, I mean, look at the difference in the price. I think I'm becoming a Mistral girl. I'll say it. I think my loyalties are changing. I want to solve Mistral. I want to fine tune it, and I want to use it to be able to write books and everything like that, because it's not going to moderate me. It's not going to, like last night, even just trying to get a little bit of a romance out of Strawberry. And it's like, oh, I think this might be against my guidelines. I don't have time to be against somebody else's guidelines. I'm a grown adult. My readers are grown adults. And I'm not writing about anything illegal or anything like that. I mean, well, Crypto Shield is being illegal in the story, but I'm not, writing a story is not illegal. So, let me see the last of the chat here for everyone. All right. So, Ikello says, looks like we got a lot done. Yeah, I think we've had a good week. Alex says, politics and sex have gone hand in hand since time immemorial. So Julius Caesar and Cleopatra come to mind. Oh, yeah, and she was with Mark Antony before and had a kid with Mark Antony. So Cleopatra's awesome, by the way. Like, history kind of made her out to be like she's a slut. She just played him. She did what was necessary for her kingdom. So, yeah. So do you have any content about fine-tuning, or will you dive into that at all? Probably not on YouTube. Well, the only thing I plan to do on YouTube is like the first session free, like the first class of the standalone class that we're putting together. That's because fine-tuning is not easy. Those who are in the fine-tuning class, like, we just did 6 sessions, and it's a really involved process. It's something that has taken a lot of time for us to figure out and everything like that. So we do have plans to make a fine-tuning tool available through Raptor Write for those who either purchase the class or purchase, like, to unlock their keys. It's just going to be the unlocking the keys thing. We asked about that, and that's going to be a one-time fee if people want to do that. With what you see in Raptor Write right now, all of that is staying completely free. But fine tuning is not something that I plan to teach on YouTube, just because it's really involved, and it's really like a conversation and a discussion that is going to require us to talk about some things that aren't necessarily YouTube rate friendly necessarily, because the whole purpose of a fine tune is so that it can write stuff like you. And if we're talking about Mistral, where that class specifically is going to really talk about how to write better sex scenes, better violence scenes, better horror scenes, those kinds of things. So that's not really content that is really great for YouTube necessarily. So yes, so the answer is yes, there will be a class on fine tuning probably sometime in October, because we're working on it now, and you guys will all be able to like fine tune Mistral or fine tune Google or fine tune OpenAI and use it inside of your Raptor Write if you would like to. All right, everyone, we are right at 106. Thank you so much for joining me this week and last week and the week before that. We have gotten through 3 weeks of writing at least 5 times in a week. Next week, I will make sure I get the schedule up on the Notion calendar that is linked down below. And I'll try to set up the times as much as I can. I will be on travel next week with the wonderful Stacey Anderson going to St. Pete Beach, Florida. I'll see you there, Susan. So yeah, it's going to be a great week next week. Oh, one last thing, because I'm curious. 33,000 for this week. So in 3 weeks equals sum of this number plus week 2 plus week 1. And 104,000 words, okay, in 3 weeks. And as for cost, because that matters, we did $6.95 plus $12.35 plus $9.24, $28. So the total cost per word, this number divided by that number, was 0.00027. So there we go. You can see how a different blend of models, and I'll zoom in a little bit so people can see that number a little bit better. So 104,000. So this was words, cost, price per word. And there we go. I mean, this is the new reality. This is, 104,000 words were generated and thrown onto the potter's wheel, and then I have to shape them and everything. I still have about 10,000 words to shape because those last words aren't shaped yet. But in terms of understanding, what can be generated and what the cost is, I hope authors see this and see that, AI can definitely be at all different price points. You can spend $5 for 15,000 words, or you can spend 30 cents for 10,000 words. It's your choice. Which model you're using, how much editing you want to do, and what you can make write like you. So this is for the 3 weeks so far. I'll probably clean it up on the front page or something like that. All right. So let me go back to the chat. Alex says that's a decent book. So there we go. Will you guys add a feature where we can input our previous writings to copy our writing style cipher? Just put your book, just put your chapter in there, and then in a document, and ask it to make a writing style from that. Or just leave it in there so it can write from there. Like the things that you're asking for, we already teach you in the free class and everything, or you can watch any of the lives that I've done in the last 2 weeks. But that's just prompting 101. You just like stick your sample in there, and you can just call it writing style. And then on later prompts, you say, please match the writing style of, like, please match writing style. And you just put it in brackets. Or just please match the sample writing. So if you just call it out in your prompt that this is your sample writing, it's going to match it. Now, writing style is not the same as matching like factual information about characters and all of that. For that kind of a thing, you need to give it like character lists and information and story Bibles and stuff and say, hey, we're writing a sequel. So There you go. All right, everyone. I will see you guys next week. Bye.